It is just approaching 2 weeks since Storm Éowyn swept through the region. This week, the Roscommon people went on the road to hear firsthand how those still affected are coping. How has Storm Éowyn affected yourself as a business owner and the community here in Lanesborough Valley League?
It was a nightmare trying to deal with it. We were out for 3 days in the shop here. We were out for 4 days at home. But the shop, as you can appreciate, is an old style shop. It's dark, and when you have no electricity on, it's darker than you can imagine.
Joe, what were the plans for the garden, and what's going to be the plan going forward?
Well, the plans for the garden was that it was almost completed. They had got an allocation of funding to complete the job fully, to replace some of the temporary stuff they had put in, and now they're in a situation that they don't know where they're going to be now, and even whether that money will be available to them.
So the council or one of the state bodies had given a grant to finish the playground, and now it's probably up in the air until they get the restoration works done.
Well, it's up in the air because there's an awful lot more money that needed now, because what they were getting to finish it off is only a pittance in comparison to what's needed to repair all the work damage that has been done.
Across Roscommon, 37 community hubs have opened their doors to those still without power. We called to one such hub at the Family Resource Centre in Boyle. Mags, how are you finding the fallout from Storm Éowyn?
Well, it's really tough going, isn't it? We're all suffering brain freeze, not sleeping properly. Your whole system is thrown out of sync because everything takes so much longer. Because I'm in a country house, we have a well, so no power, no water supply. So I'm carrying water in and out every day, just for the basic things, just to have a wash, flush the toilets. I'm lucky I'm on my own. If this was 6 years ago, I would have had an elderly mom on a hospital bed. I have a super sir, which is heating one room basically. So yeah, it's just not easy. It's taxing and it's draining.
It's difficult to study in the dark, and then the house is so cold, everybody's staying in the one room. So everybody's around you, and yeah, it's very difficult.
And in terms of the drop in phone connection for a few days and the lack of devices, has that helped you focus on your studies, or has it been a stressor?
It has probably helped me. It probably has helped me quite a bit, yeah, with the lack of different apps. But as well as my school apps as well, they're not there anymore. So it is a bit more difficult, and it's for searching up things and everything that are needed for my studies.
How many people would you have seen through the doors last week, and how many are you seeing this week?
Oh, I suppose most days, particularly connected to the storm, are probably seeing 50, 60 every day. And that's since last Monday. That's over the weekend. Although the building was closed over the weekend, we were contactable via email. We opened by appointment over the weekend for people. They would contact us on the phone and went to meet people where they're at, maybe with food vouchers or whatever else they needed over the weekend to make sure people weren't left, I suppose, without anything. So there's easily that every day between contacting us, coming in the door, looking for support, for guidance, for help, for hot food vouchers, which we supplied over the weekend to families and to individuals because they found it particularly tough. So really we're led by the demand and the needs of the people coming into us and what they needed.
In terms of the coordinated response from particularly yourselves and Roscommon County Council and the working group, how have you found that response and that organisation and coordination?
It's been excellent. It's been a huge support to us here. I think it's been excellent for all the organisations involved, from the council, the HSE, you have Healthy Ireland, Kerrane are on it, ESB are on it, ourselves, as with the 4 FRCs in Roscommon, I sit on it representing those, and the Gardaí are on it, the Leader Partnership are on it. So it's been a very much, so I probably left someone out, but they're all there, there's plenty more. But I suppose everybody has worked together and offered everything, and everybody has really, really come out in force to support people. So our most vulnerable, the people who we mightn't be able to contact, there's calls going out to people who are on their own, there's phone calls with people to call to their houses. The way Meals on Wheels has expanded in the last week has been phenomenal, and credit must go to all of the other organisations. But we've all supported each other through that group, which is brilliant, and everything, our issue that's presented has been met.
With many still plagued by power outages, 13 days on from Storm Éowyn, and the prospect of a third week looming, the questions on everybody's lips are, what has been learned? What will change? And what can be done for those who still remain without power? Emmett Corcoran, the Roscommon People.
Full coverage of Storm Éowyn in this week's Roscommon People.